All right, so I'm watching this show called Red Rose. It's about 8 episodes. They're about 40 minutes apiece. So let's cover episode one. It's crazy. We get this scene where this girl named Alyssa is trying to go back to the house. When she goes back in the house, she starts looking around and stuff, and she's looking terrified for some reason. Then she keeps hearing her mom's voice like, Lisa, supper time. And then she goes upstairs, and there's nobody upstairs. And I'm like, who the heck's voice is she hearing? And all of a sudden, her mom comes home for real, like she's about to come inside the house. So I'm like, whose voice was she hearing? The thing is, Alyssa ends up hiding in the attic and she goes on top of the roof. So while her mom is looking for Alyssa, all of a sudden she just jumps off the roof and commits suicide. I'm like, what the fuck? Then we go to 6 months later in some town called Bolton. And we're introduced to this girl by the name of Rochelle. She got a best friend named Wren. And both these girls got a little entourage. So the girls, Wren and Rochelle, are like basically best friends. This third girl in the group by the name of Amber. And a couple guys, one's named Noah, the other one's named Ricky. They about to go to this party. They out in the middle of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? It's just like mountains and, grass and shit. Apparently, they all just finished taking this like French class or whatever, the French exam. So while they all gather around this little random party, this other dude comes through and he becomes part of the group. This dude by the name of Taz. Now the thing is, everybody in the group got invited to this party by this chick by the name of Becky. Rochelle was the only one that wasn't invited. Because the thing is, this type of party, you got to come dressed up. And because Rochelle doesn't make a whole lot of money like that, I guess she's considered lower than mid-class. The thing is, the friends vouch for her or whatever like that, and they get Becky to invite Rochelle to the party. And she's able to get Taz invited too. So the thing is, Wren and Noah are kind of exclusive, you know what I'm saying? They like each other, but they ain't trying to like put it on blast. And I guess Rochelle sees them when they about to go off, sneak off and kiss or whatever like that, and she feels some type of way. Next day we see her waking up back at the house. Now she basically lives with her father and a couple twin sisters. So now basically because she don't really have a real job like that, she basically watches after the twins. I'm looking at these twins, I'm like, they ain't that young. They could even take care of each other, you know what I'm saying? But bottom line, she basically watches after both of them. Everybody else in the squad got different jobs and whatnot. Wren actually works at the she's like a waiter for her mom's business or whatever like that. So every now and then Rochelle gets these like text messages and they come from Becky, right? And the message asks all these type of riddles and whatnot. And then it lets her in this club called Welcome to Red Rose. I'm like, okay. And the messages come through asking the questions like, do you feel okay? Are you feeling sad? Are you happy? Just random questions, right? I'll get back to that in a minute. Now we get to Wren. She's trying to leave work early or whatever like that. She ends up meeting in this graveyard talking to this dude by the name of Ricky. So we're thinking to ourselves, who the fuck is Ricky? Turns out that's actually Wren's dad. But there's a reason why he's not meeting at his mom's house instead, just meeting at graveyards. I'm like, so meanwhile, Rochelle's watching the twins again, and she keeps getting these text messages from Red Rose again. So she's asking the questions like, are you feeling sad again? And she clicks yes. Then it tells her you have a mirror, lipstick, and 3 wishes. He's like, what? The message basically tells her to go to the mirror and write in lipstick what your 3 wishes are. So she actually does this shit. She puts money, power, respect on the freaking mirror. Then the lights in the house flicker for like a second, and she goes downstairs and sees fresh pair of kicks. Thinking to herself, where the fuck did that come from? Next day she wake up, she about to go fold the clothes that are outside or whatever like that. And outside is like this beautiful ass dress. Now you would think she's gotta be thinking to herself, where the fuck is all this shit coming from out the blue? Oh, and the reason I said she only lives with her dad and her twins is because apparently her mom passed away something. Her mom has to be this chick named Gloria. Now Rochelle at one point is feeling some type of way about Wren because she's getting all these invites and stuff and she invites everybody except Rochelle right now. So we're like, was there beef? So Rochelle ends up going to Amber's house, saying the whole crew's over there. And then she just outs her in front of everybody. It was like, hey, yo, go ahead and kiss Noah, yo. Wren's trying to keep it on the low, but Wren's like, you know what? Fuck it. And then she kisses him. So I'm like, what's this beef? Like, Rochelle, do you have a crush on Wren or something? I mean, like, what's going on? Yeah, y'all best friends or whatever. But it's like, what's really good? Then we get the scene where she ends up taking the twins out in the forest. And then she gets some messages from the thing talking about starting to start a fire or something. So she ends up starting a campfire, even though it's not even dark. It's probably not even that cold. And then while her phone's on the ground, she gets a text message again. But the thing is, it's scrolling by this goddamn self just to get to the thing so it could show like the video or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? She don't find none of this suspicious. I mean, you getting fresh gear, you know what I'm saying? From where it's coming from, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Your phone's doing stuff on its own. It's like, come on, like, you're not, what's up? So she's got her phone to recording and she's like recording the elements or whatever like that, but there's nothing out there. But in the recording of her phone, she keeps seeing this figure. And when the body turns around, you don't even see like half a face and the face starts forming. You're just like, oh shit. So I'm like, is this bitch seeing ghosts all of a sudden? Then we get this flashback to when they were all home or whatever like that. And then we find out the chick that was in the video with the half face turning into a regular face was actually her mom, Gloria. But I'm like, why were they showing it through the camera and she wasn't able to see it across from the camera? You know what I'm saying? Some psychological Ghostbusters shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? So Rochelle ends up watching the twins again, or she actually had Wren's mom watch the twins. And then she basically stitched with the homegirl, was like, yeah, he been seeing Ricky. So Wren and her mom gotta have a talk. And it turns out Ricky ain't supposed to be nowhere near the house. Because the problem is he got in some debt with some dangerous people. And the mom wouldn't try to have that energy around her and her daughter. So basically Wren's on punishment. All up until it's time for the party with Becky because her mom lets her out or whatever. So now everybody's already at the party, they're just chilling. The only people not there yet is Rochelle and Wren. Rochelle ends up coming through, stunting in her dress and her kicks. And then she sees Becky, asks her about the red rose stuff, but Becky's like, I never sent you any messages. So we're like, if she ain't sending them, who the fuck is? Then it starts texting her again out of blue, telling her to kiss Noah. She's like, the fuck? No. Then all of a sudden the music stops out of nowhere. And then the TV flickers on and off and it goes to this little section. And it shows some girl in a red hoodie. We're like, who the fuck is that? Alright, so before this scene, Rochelle was with the twins. And they were going to this like shelter type place to get some food or whatever. And she had all the stuff she needed, but it was supposed to give her some cereal or something like that too. So at the time when she was doing that, Rochelle actually had on a red hoodie. So now back to real time, back at the party. So she's seeing this through the TV screen. We're thinking to herself, is she seeing herself right now through the TV? But then the person's face they couldn't see had blonde hair. Now Rochelle has black hair. So we're thinking to ourselves, who the fuck is she seeing? Then the red rose text messages come through again. It's like, kiss Noah. Then it gives her a warning. It's like, don't ignore me. You know what I'm saying? Kiss him. So the crazy thing is she ends up finding Noah, right? At the same time, Wren's about to show up to the party. So now she's standing face to face with Noah. There's a guy on the couch that just happens to have a recorder just recording shit. They look back at the recording. They look back at each other. And then Rochelle ends up kissing Noah. Wren at the same time seeing this shit on the big screen. And this was at the point where Wren was about to apologize to Rochelle for a lot of different things. But fuck all that. That's out the window. So after Rochelle kissed Noah, she dipped out for the party. Noah looking at the cameraman looking all stupid. Wren still looking at the TV screen like, what the fuck just happened? So as she's leaving the party, she's getting a text message again. But then it becomes live video and she's seeing the twins at the window. And all of a sudden this shadowy figure walks across them and it turns out to be Gloria just walk across. I'm like, what the fuck? Is she a ghost? Is she watching that to niggas? And then she says, Rochelle, I'll take good care of them for you. I'm like, what the fuck? And that's the first episode. So now I left a lot of unanswered questions right now, but obviously I'm about to check out the other 7 episodes and see what's Gucci with it. Red Rose on Netflix. Check it out.